and he's my friend. I don't play with them. I don't play with them. I got enemies so sensitive I can't stop.
As soon as you pass the car, the lorry, sorry, you got the junction. So some idiot decided that they were gonna pull out as I was coming. Then I was in, bro. When I tell you, I went into some moment of shock. I was like, I failed this test now, guys. It's your boy RJ Francis. As you can tell, I'm in a different location, positioned in this car, not on the passenger side.
Nope.
Not as a backup dancer in the back seat.
Nope.
But in the driver's
Yes,
seat.
sir. Yes.
Why is that, you may ask?
Because your boy passed his test. Vibe. So yeah, I won't go into details of how many attempts it is. One.
You don't know.
I'm grateful to be in this position. She's just hot, man. Done my theory, then driving. So practical tests. What am I talking about? Practical driving lessons. I'll say took me about probably 4 lessons. I can't remember if they were 1 hour or 2 hours to kind of get a grasp of how the clutch worked without needing my instructor's assistance. So that would be tip number 1. If you're planning to learn how to drive, don't just go in a friend's car or a parent's car straight away. Make sure you got clutch control on lockdown. From that point, ban driving lessons until probably a week before your test, or maybe 2 weeks, just so you can get an official opinion on what you need to work on. So probably done about 15 hours before lockdown. Then during the lockdown, I don't think my parents had a manual car, so my mum's car's automatic, and I think my dad was driving an automatic car as well. So there were no manual cars for me to practice. So the first lockdown, I had 0 practice, which was kind of a bummer. Then we came out the lockdown, and my test was booked for, I think, January, something like that, January or February. Then we went back into another lockdown, so I ended up missing that. Then this is all this year. Then it got moved to April 20th, and the peak thing about this is before April 20th we were in a lockdown. They said that they were slowly what's the term, releasing or unleashing.
Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Lockdown or whatever you call it, to allow driving tests to go ahead. So I'm like, cool. Then I see driving tests will start back on the 22nd. Bear in mind, my test was the 20th. And what vexed me about it was the 20th, if I'm not mistaken, was the Tuesday. The 22nd was a Thursday. So I'm just like, why would you start on a Thursday? Surely just start it the Monday.
Great supine protoplasmic invertebrate jellies.
Push to this month, September the 1st. So you already know I had to start the month off correctly. No failures out here. So, bear in mind, I had no driving lessons this year. 1, because I couldn't actually get any because they were so booked up, my original instructor. 2, the second agency or firm, whatever you call it, driving instructing agency I had my test booked with them, but the instructor never turned up. So I ended up having to use one of my friend's cars, who had a Corsa, and do my test. The crazy thing about it is I've only driven that car twice, maybe 3 times max, but that was just basically a straight road. It's basically dual carriageway from his house to mine. So I ended up getting the car the night before. So my test is on a Wednesday. I got Tuesday evening for the car. So I've got the drive back to get used to the clutch and how everything operates, and then Wednesday morning. So anywho, get to the test thing. The examiner goes, can I see a provisional? Given a provisional, put that away. Then he does his little checks of the car. Then he takes you over to like a parking bay. There'll be like a car at the other side of the car park. You just go read the register plate. Once you do that, he'll say, get yourself ready for the test, whatever position, do your checks. Then he'll jump in the car after giving it a clean. Then he can explain it if you want, but then he'll just basically say when you're ready, move off. You move off. I did that. Then I was just following his instructions. Yeah, I basically following. He had the sat nav out, but I didn't actually follow the sat nav. I was just following where he was telling me to go. And the crazy thing is, about 3 minutes into my test, there's a lorry on the left, so I have to come round the lorry and carry on driving. But where the lorry was parked, there was a junction there. So as soon as you pass the lorry, you got the junction. So some idiot decided that they were gonna pull out as I was coming round. So I had to emergency stop. Luckily, thank God, I didn't hit the car. Emergency stop. Then I was bro, when I tell you I went into some moment of shock, I was like, I failed this test now. This is over for me. Cause I thought I was in the wrong, but then the instructor said, don't worry about it, just carry on driving. Then from there on, I done a parallel reverse bay park, and then done pull up on the left about 4 times, and then return to the test center. Then get back to the test center. I'm thinking I failed. The reason I was thinking that is because I'd heard that in tests it was mandatory for you to do a hill start. I hadn't done a hill start. I thought I still had another maneuver to do. I'd only done the parallel part, so I thought there'd be like maybe a front bay part to do or a reverse bay part. So I get back, the guy just said pull up. He didn't even go like park in that bay. He just said turn in, don't matter how you do it. Then he asked me how I done. I was like, I was a bit shaky at the start, especially after that little incident with the emergency stop. And then the guy just goes, what? Bro, when he said that, it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I was like, wow. Starting this month off right, like story times, mukbangs, giving advice, all that sort of stuff be taking place in the car. So, comment down what you want me to do. If you want me to do a video of me driving, I can do that. I'll probably have to get a GoPro or something so that goes against the window so you can see that perspective as well. But I'll get that done. So, feel free to comment how you passed or if you got your test. Good luck. Some last minute advice regarding preparing for your test. Mirrors. Just keep checking. Left every 5 seconds. Left, middle, right. Left, rear, right. Clutch control. Remember, it's about making the driver feel, the examiner feel safe. So just make sure that you're not speeding. When you're moving off, you're not jerky. Another thing, because the reason I got 3 minors in my test, and they were all for the same thing. So as I said before, I got the car the night before, and with the car, when you put the handbrake down, it doesn't go the way down. Like you have to push it down. So I was releasing it, and it was going down, and it looked like it was down, but on the dash there was still like an exclamation mark coming up. So I got 3 minors for moving off with the handbrake up, but hey, who cares? So more YouTube content to come. I'll catch you lot in a bit. Bow.